took us out one morning and put the magnets on the door and handed me the keys, and that was it.
Yeah.
If you see these women rolling around in a Cornelius police car, you know they mean business. They are volunteers in a brand new program.
But as K2's Megan Cockstein learned from a ride-along, they take their job to improve the city seriously.
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Meet modern-day Cagney and Lacey.
Thank you.
Kathy Small and Billy Crowder. Who's Cagney and who's Lacey?
I'm Cagney.
I'm Lacey.
Except these retired grandmas
Okay, we are ready to rock and roll here.
are volunteers, though they still mean business
It's 2.03 square miles.
when it comes to patrolling their community of 20 to 30 years. Cornelius. You guys aren't armed, right?
No. Absolutely not.
But they are armed with a camera, taking photos of graffiti
And see, there's been some over there too.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Oh,
tagged all over town.
That's a new one.
that's a brand spanking new
Yeah,
one.
because we were just out last week and that
Yeah,
wasn't
that was
there.
not there.
Not only do they look for violations like graffiti, but they then come back later to make sure all that graffiti is gone.
We can relieve some of the tedious tasks
For
from
the
our
policemen, yeah.
police officers. That is really our intent.
They also look for abandoned cars and trash,
You know something? Roll your window down. This is part of what we do.
but always have time to stop for safety.
If she runs out after the ball,
She might get hit.
she could get hit. Keep them in the yard. Okay?
Thank
Oh, that's
you.
okay.
Thank
Just
you.
keep them safe. Okay.
Bye-bye.
The citizen patrols are part of a new program.
We're kind of pioneers, Billy.
Crowder and Small are the first and hope to make a big difference.
It's important to me because this is my town and has been for 30-some years, and I like to see it kept clean and livable.
This is my community. This is my town. I want to give something back, and this seems like a perfect way to do it.
Yeah.
Megan Cockstein, K2 News.
I love that show. Cagney and Lacey, do you remember it, Deb? Was that before your time? Okay. Billy and Kathy initiated this patrol through what Cornelius calls the Community-Oriented Policing Citizen Advisory Board. They had to get fingerprinted and go through background checks. Both hope to inspire others, and it looks like it's working. They say more volunteers are already preparing to come aboard.
It was just hypnotizing.
Forrest Pearson didn't rely on any forecast,
It's amazing.
didn't just dream of a white wonderland. This fourth grader built his own backyard blizzard with his Christmas present, a 30-gallon air compressor,
The water comes through these two sprayers.
a pressure washer, and a lot of research.
It splits up the water into really small, tiny droplets.
The nozzle shoots out a perfect powder.
We could shovel it down to the grass and it'd grow right back up, just like a weed that you can't cut down.
If you increase that volume, you can have twice the volume of snow.
In one night, his machine builds 3 feet of snow, and all day, Forrest is here with his 2 curious pups enjoying his own personal snow day.
The school is awesome.
He may find it head-spinning, but his mom and teachers understand this is science.
He's watching a molecular process happen here. He's creating a climactic event, you know. It's incredible.
His snow dream started 3 years ago when he froze ice cubes for an ice track.
And I didn't know, what in the world are you doing?
This year, Mom understands.
We're past toys. We're into air compressors and spray nozzles.
If you think this 3-foot berm is a lot, just wait till next year. Forrest plans to double its size.
All he needs is a bigger pressure washer.
So that means like almost 6 feet of snow in one night.
And while this is science, Forrest admits
It's a lot of fun, and it's fun to have people over and let them enjoy it too.
in West Lynn, Susan Harding, K2 News.
The remnants of death and decay decorate the outside of Ron Russell's workshop. Bleached skulls and antlers make the place look and feel like a graveyard. But inside, death comes to life.
We've got the eye set, I got the mood set into the deer I want to, and I just give him just a sullen look. This is an outstanding buck.
Ron Russell is a taxidermist.
Taxidermy in the dictionary, actually the definition of it is the art of moving skin.
It sounds a lot less complicated than it is. Right in front of your eyes, Russell can take an empty shell of a deer, add glue, clay, and thread, and create life in suspended animation.
And it's really, really critical that this eye looks very, very authentic. And you've got to have lots of skin for the membrane there to be relaxed and to look very realistic.
Russell has been doing this for 19 years. He considered being a plumber, logger, or carpenter, but at 22, he enrolled in the American Institute of Taxidermy.
And I came back, and everybody thought it was a joke. You know, you're not going to make a living, you're going to do it part-time.
Russell proved them wrong. He works 10 to 12-hour days, every one of them full of surprises.
It looks like you did a good job skinning everything. The feet are split right and the head split right.
Surprises like a freshly killed black bear.
I think he's going to be about 5.5 feet.
In fact, Russell got so much business he had to recruit someone to help. His best friend, Jason Maggard, has been working alongside him for 15 years.
Yeah, I grew up hunting and fishing, so this wasn't too new to me.
Between the two of them, they keep very busy.
So I can be standing here in the middle of something, a guy can come up with a bear, a guy wants to come up and pick up an elk, or a guy wants to come up and pick up a deer.
The work can get a little gruesome, from cleaning a freshly skinned bear pelt to boiling the flesh off a skull.
Certain people walk up and, you know, turn their nose up and stuff, and I say, hey, we're all going to die. So believe it or not, you're going to end up at a morgue or a mortician, so they're going to take care of your body someday too. Now, what's morbid?
There are ethical questions involved. Whether it's right, for instance, to keep an animal as a trophy.
Some people look at that and say that's not right. Some people say it is. But if the animal's not wasted and it's harvested for the right purposes, I think it's correct.
Russell sees beyond the death and decay and finds beauty.
This is a Drake pintail.
He works with almost surgical precision.
Perfect. The most rewarding part about my job is that after I'm finished working at the end of the day or the end of the month or the end of the year, I can turn around and see what I've done. There we go.
His work speaks for itself. It's nature captured in mid-stride. A lone gray wolf stalking prey, a bobcat and hawk locked in combat.
Here's a little skunk that my boy shot in the trash can behind my house once when he was about 9 years old, so I just put this little skunk together and we put him on the windowsill and having sniffing the daisies every once in a while.
With an airbrush and a critical eye, Russell finds life where there is none.
There we go. Now he's starting to look alive.
In this world, nothing lasts forever. But in Ron Russell's workshop, things do last a little longer.
I know they're not alive, but I treat them so they last forever.
It may not have been the perfect day for that backyard barbecue, but hot dogs were the talk of the town in East Hartford today. That's where Nathan's Restaurant hosted a regional hot dog eating contest, and the object, as you might guess, eating enough hot dogs to qualify for the upcoming national competition in Coney Island, New York. Fox 61's Jason Schultz gets to the meat of our story.
My name's Tito Gutbuster. Crazy Legs Conti.
Their nicknames are as varied as their preparation.
For me, I use a Zen method, which I've learned from the Japanese. I ate 3 large pizzas last night.
I go to a buffet on Wednesday and Thursday, and Friday I just have a half a gallon of ice cream.
Sometimes you have to go a day or more without eating.
And working out with some weights, and that's...
Wait, you work out for this?
I work out with weights to keep my body in shape.
Dogs are stacked 5 per plate, and in just 12 minutes, these 9 guys have
Eating as many hot dogs and buns as possible.
Manchester's Tito Gutbuster starts fast, while dog-eating veterans from the area pace their face stuffing.
You got it, Don.
The competition is fierce and gut-wrenching.
So far, I've seen one guy knock down 3 plates, so that's 15. Wow.
And not everyone makes a graceful exit.
I threw up, but I'll be back.
Next time.
Medic!
Long Island's Don Lerman comes in first place. After 20 dogs, he gets the trophy and this prediction.
In 3 years, competitive eating will be as big as PGA golf. In 5 years, it'll be an official sport in the Olympics.
Are you certain about that?
I'm positive. It's the fastest growing sport in America right now.
In East Hartford, Jason Schultz, Fox 61 News at 10.
Clean mountain air and gasoline fumes is a mix that somehow just doesn't seem right on the slopes of Aspen, Colorado. And in the extreme world of freestyle motocross, Justin Homan is an oddity as well.
I went to UW, got a degree in accounting.
I'm the only guy out of the top 20 guys, or even, out of any of the guys really, that has that degree.
And I have a full-time job.
I've worked pretty hard towards a career, and I don't want to give that up.
You see, Justin Homan could be considered the Clark Kent of motorcycle freestyle. Monday through Friday, he wears a tie and glasses and works as an accountant in Bend. On the weekend, he becomes a superhero of sorts, with spiked shoulder pads and a helmet.
I've been a real fan of his and, followed his career. And, he's the mild-mannered guy here at work and then crazy man on the weekend. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense to most people.
First time I ever saw was a picture of him over 80 feet in the air on a motorcycle. And it was frightening.
He's definitely the wilder side of our business, although he looks very conservative, doesn't he? He walks with a little limp. I think that's indicative of his business, but he didn't get it from a merit title.
Yeah, I like it. I think what we do on motorcycles primarily is stupid from just an objective viewpoint, and I have this side where, I'm at work and I got to do my job and do it correctly and be a role model in a lot of ways.
A career outside of dirt bikes enables Justin to go full throttle and go big.
As far as riding goes, I'm definitely one of the core guys. I think I have more balls than any of these guys when it comes down to it. To me, I'm not done unless I'm broke and can't walk.
But even Superman has kryptonite to worry about. This accountant is used to crunching more than just numbers.
I broke both my wrists at a couple of shows in Salt Lake City last year. I was in the wrong gear because of my paralyzed foot.
Yeah, you heard right. Paralyzed foot after an accident 2 years ago in San Jose.
The bike landed sideways and I popped my hip out. And, doctors say that just doesn't happen. You usually break your femur before you pop your hip out. And they thought I had a broken back and a broken pelvis, and they left my hip out for so long that it killed the nerve that operates the leg.
It took Justin 9 months to make a comeback.
I don't know, kind of a weird perspective that I can get hurt and be in a wheelchair, but I'll still have a good job.
And now at the X Games in Aspen, he has to reach down and shift gears using his hand, making an already death-defying sport all the more difficult.
I do Big Kiss of Dash, and I'm the only guy that does the Holy Man, which is the bungee cord trick. Just a 59-cent whatever bungee cord from Big R, and I clip it on my belt. I throw myself off the bike, no hands, no feet.
And some might say no brains.
There's nothing that I do that I haven't accounted for in my head, whether it's riding or working.
Whether it's pushing a pencil, typing a keyboard, or launching off an icy ramp blasting to the sky. The risk is well worth the reward.
I think it's just because I'm a strong competitor and I want to win more than anything else. It's the only reason I'm out here, not just to be a part of it, but to win.